It's your boy. We out here. It's live time. Surprise live. Brought my brought my medication with me. Medication for the station. Medication for the station. Salute, salute, salute. Ego on tech. We're gonna talk today. We're gonna talk. Cause I had a good exchange with my brother Diallo Frazier. And he said all of this back and forth is going to make us look like the Asians. What y'all think? Salute, one like, four people. He said all of the back and forth in 52 is going to make the black man look like the Asian man out there fighting over, going back and forth over systems. What y'all think? I think he is correct. But also I believe in what type of back and forth is it? You know, um, sometimes when I'm going back and forth, I like to use the edge of comedy. You know, you don't never want it to uh, get to a place where it can go to somewhere else, and then you can't rein it in. Because it's if you've lived life long enough, you know that's very possible that things can go the wrong way. So I kind of always like to use comedy when going back and forth. No harm, no foul. Um, Me getting in the ring with anybody is what I love to do. That's not a braggadocious thing. That's not me trying to put anybody down. That's not me trying to show anybody up. You know, uh, warriors fight, painters paint, singers sing, dancers dance. My family, what up? What up, Mars Mathematics? Salute, homie. Salute. Yo, you gotta give me your address. I gotta send you some merch, man. You need some merch. Cause you hold me down so well. It's serious business, man. We gotta figure that out. Get a PO box number, whatever, whatever. Just send me an address. I'm sending you some merch. That's a fact. And get it to me soon, cause I gotta hit the post office soon. I just want to show respect, man, cause this work is hard. This ain't easy work, man. This is not easy work. Putting your body through the rigmarole of training. And one thing I see, one thing that I can say is the biggest um, killer to good technique is ego. So, like I said, that's why I always use comedy. Um, you know, Math, you coulda, you made it. Salute. That's right. Comedy is good for it, man. Like we can disagree, debate. Okay, salute. We can disagree, debate, and it could all be in fun. Ultra transformation, therapy. Yes, no ego. Here we go. No ego. All right, no ego. We go. I like that. Rocky the Fat Dragon. The different techniques out there, and see that's what I want to talk about. That there are many techniques. Like I said something the other day about Father Allah and them throwing the cards down, and he said 52 came from a game of 52 pickup. And I'm not trying to disrespect that brother's uh, 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 stories. So I'm just saying, uh, what would you get out of that? Now maybe because you're down there low, you could be getting leg strength. That could be a thing. You could be getting some leg conditioning. So I don't want to come off like I'm doubting his stories. What I'm doubting is the edge of training. See, there are a lot of training methods, and this ain't just 52. This is a lot of arts, like sticking your hands in fire to make them stronger. Now, for a minute, they probably thought that was some good shit, but it wasn't. All it did was just burn your nerve endings, fuck up your skin, mess up your hands, and you probably still didn't punch no harder. You want to punch harder, shift your weight. But they wasn't onto that type of time, so they believed that sticking their hands in fire was making their hands stronger. So, who am I to call them fools, but I would say better methods have come about to make your hands stronger. That's right, hitting hot stones. It's just what they were thinking at the time and what they had the information available to them at the time. Just like the people who had horse and buggy, they ain't have the information of the Bugatti at that time. So horse and buggy was the ish. But now we got the Bugatti. So that's not to disrespect anybody's stories, because then that would be ego. And I do this with as less ego as possible. Early Smith, he said, like Burley, you arguing with everybody. See, and that's what I'm talking about. See, it's those type of beta males that will tell you arguing. Like, last time I was in a good argument, we were screaming, spitting, you know, it was a lot of emotions on deck. You can't argue through text, but that's ego. That's ego. That's that brother's ego. Because you're obviously showing beta male tendencies. I just got to call a spade a spade. Salute. I'm just calling a spade, brother. Huh? You know, that's just spade stuff. That's your ego. We never argued. I don't argue with anybody. This is all fun. This is humor. This is the use of the brain. This is the use of wit. This is the use of words. Because if you don't use them, then it can easily go to the next level, because that's emotions. That's how people get hurt. You know, that's how people then got shot, killed, stabbed. Look at all these rappers getting shot. It's all emotion and the ego. Nothing really laid in facts. How you feeling. But how you feel ain't how the world feel. See, and that's your ego. You believe that you're arguing with me. No, you're not. You're not even close. Not even close. Nobody's arguing with me, because I'm not arguing with anybody. What this is martial debate. And that's what we do around here. If you're a martial artist, you talk about martial ways. If, like I said, if you're a singer, you debate about singing. You know, and that's what the ring is for. That's the good thing as warriors, because we can get in the ring and engage each other, and that's where the true conversations happen with warriors. If there's going to be any argument, it's going to happen in that space, and it's not going to even be an argument. Because if you in there arguing, you're probably going to get knocked out. You got to be in there chess. You got to check your emotions. You can't fight high level people emotional. You shouldn't even fight low skilled people emotional, because things happen. There was Master Lil Jon student, I think, and in New York, he was getting jumped by some guys, and he got into a dispute with four guys. Now he fighting with them, and now he's emotionally engaged into the fight. You know what I'm saying? He done whipped out the knife. He's trying to hold off all four, and some guy seen him fighting the four guys, ran over there, dispatched of two of them. Bang, 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 and see, he said, I'm petty like a chick, and you don't even know me. See what I mean? See, that's the beta male. That's the ego. He's still going on trying to draw something through a video. Because you're acting like a beta. You're saying beta stuff. Alpha males don't argue. There's no arguing. Kenny Mental Keys, you know. But anyway, he ran up. He dispatched the two guys, and then he went to let him know that he was trying to help him, but the student didn't know, and he stabbed him up because he was in emotional, he was in an emotional state, so he didn't even know this guy was helping him. So this is the power of emotions. Nah, it ain't. Nah, you ain't a beta because you disagree with my facts. If you caught if you was catching earlier, I was just saying how I can't really say Father Allah experiences ain't his experiences. I don't want to come off like that. See, but that's what I'm saying. You're coming in like a beta. That's like you're coming in like a female and you didn't hear the whole thing. I don't. It's not about a disagreement. He said, "Yeah, that's why you mad." I'm very mad. Look, I'm upset. I damn near bit my tongue. I'm so mad. I'm like, yo, I'm extremely mad. Let me make my mean face. I'm extra mad, homie. Once again, beta male stuff. See, another man trying to tell another man anything is beta male ish. I ain't telling anybody they happy, sad, glad, mad. That's girl shit. Like I don't know your emotions, and I wouldn't even try to say I know your emotions. That's beta male. That's beta male, Early Smith. See, like you're up here, like you're up here, and your blouse is showing, man. Come on, man. Pull your skirt back up. Take that skirt off and put on some pants, man. Come on, put your pants on. He said you mad because your facts is whack. See, look, more beta male shit. More beta male shit. Like I'm telling you, people. See this? Yeah, I'm killing this kid. He's out here just hanging himself. You know what I'm saying? See, this is the good thing about wit, people. See, you need to work on your wit. See, when I was coming up, we had snap contests, so we were extra witty. So this, the beta male, he too slow for the kid. He up here saying stuff but said nothing. But you know, uh, Earl is true. It's all good. We like that. We like that around here, man. We love to have the beta males falling around on the floor because then we get the point. I get to point at them, and for all my young warriors come up and say, "See, that's a beta male. You are alpha, buddy." But you got sometimes you can't know what the beta male is if you ain't seen them. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be able to spot them. Like you know what a deer, you know what the tiger look like. You can see them. So and that's the emotion and technique. There's no ego in technique. You can't have ego in technique. There are many techniques. Um, uh, Now I'm scared. Like see, you can only project what you feel. You got to know this, people, and this is why he's just out here showing beta male ish. Like, you can only project what you feel. If you're scared, you project it. You can't project what you don't feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a good dude, you can't project bad in vibes because it's not what you feel. So if what comes out your mouth is is how you're feeling. And I don't know why you so scared, homie. Get a dog. You know what I'm saying? Cane Corso, they got the Malinos, the Belizean Malinos, man. Get you one, son. You ain't gotta be scared, man. You ain't gotta live in fear. CC's Milan, he got a pack of dogs. But anyway, ego kills technique, you know. Ego kills technique because once again, every Sean Epitite, how long would it take to learn every step of the 52 blocks? I think that's kind of determined on the man. Like, how much work are you putting in? Like, you got some people who can give an hour a day, then you got some people who can give 6 hours a day. So it becomes a mathematical thing, you know. Uh, Ego lies in technique, not in fundamentals, you know. If you fundamentally sound, there's no ego to that. That's more like the confidence of the work, you know, when you're fundamentally sound. Uh, Ego can be in technique because you're believing, your belief is in the technique so high, that, you believe even with a left hook is not going to end all of your problems. Like Bummy Davis was a boxer. He was in the bar. The bar was getting robbed. Two men ran in with guns. One dude was kind of close to Bummy. He got up, hit him with the left hook. Wow! Dropped him. The homie dropped the gun. He went to sleep. The other dude, he couldn't believe that Bummy Davis brought a left hook to a gunfight. He kick off a shot and run out the door. Now at that point, Bummy Davis could have just chilled. Bummy Davis ran out the bar, ran him down, trying to hit him with the left hook, and the guy just shooting back because he was scared hit Bummy Davis right in the face, killed him. You know, that's the ego. See, but ego, adrenaline hit at the same time. They hit different. He could have stopped after the first dude. He already knocked one of the robbers out with the left hook, and he had the gun on him, put him to sleep. Boop. Other dude ran out the bar. He could have let him run, but ego. Oh, yeah, I got A lot of books. I got a lot of books on. Well, I got one book, and I got the ebook. We got some DVDs at lightburley.com that can start you on your way. How important is chakra to fight? We getting deep. We getting deep. Um, it's very like this. He said, "Look at his face. He is tight." Yo, only on the internet, man. Only on the internet. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I'm extra tight, extra tight, like so tight, homie. Cause that's what you want me to feel. Early Smith want me to be tight, so we tight out here, homie. Yeah, we Early Smith, we tight, homie. We mad tight. And this is the dude who told me he can't put up a pitch because he's too ugly. See, beta male, only a female would say that. He must be a female. But listen, maybe not a female. It could be a tranny, and we ain't mad at you trannies. Do what you do. Because if a man tell you he ain't gonna put up a pic because he feel he too ugly, see, I'm killing you, kid. I got you by the neck, just choking your chicken neck. You're dying. You're dying, man. You're dying, homie. We could do this all day. I'm gonna keep you here. Keep coming with it. We keep coming with it, homie. Remember, you too ugly to put up a pic. Only a beta male could say that. And he said we tight. We extra tight. We mad. Chakra. Chakra, this levels. Like you have mind, body, spirit. So chakra would go with your spirit. So spirit to fighting is everything. Uh, uh, um, in Hidden Colors, salute. That was a good look. That was a good look for me. Spirit is everything. Spirit is your cause. You know, why are you fighting? So that aligns with your chakra, and just like mental is your strategy. Can you think under pressure? This is and these are the things that people don't look at. You can have a lot of good techniques, but if you can't think under pressure, how good is your technique? If you can't think under pressure, how good is the technique? So this is why techniques, people like, I can't hand you a bunch of blocks and say you good like that, and that's what we're really looking at with um, trying to pick up cards off of the ground, saying you teaching fighting. You can't be. You could be teaching, like I said, leg strength or something, but what would you get out of that? What are you learning? So there are methods that may happen, but they're outdated and they make no sense. Pressure reveals true character, facts. So, um, your training methods are very important to your execution of the technique. How are you training? What are you training? And that's why slap boxing cannot be your only method to learning to train the 52. How could slap boxing be the only way? And when you get in a fight, he's going to be trying to hit you with a closed fist, but you practice with an open hand. So are you going to slap your way through the fight? So your training, and hard training and consistent training can help cut down the ego of something. Because training, man, like when you go to the army and they break you down, what do you think they trying to rip down? They trying to rip down that ego of all of this shit you think you know, what you think you can do, what you think your limits are. They rip all of that shit down and then rebuild you back up because of your ego. So ego in martial arts is deadly. It's deadly. It'll have you out there thinking you can do some stuff that you just can't do. And maybe you can do it, but maybe it was the wrong time. Maybe you picked the wrong person to do it against. Offense is ego. Offense has a lot of ego in it. Defense is humility and self-preservation. Under pressure, you can't really you it's more about an awareness, because the technique may not fit the situation. Like I said, I can have the mean left hook, but he got a gun. I can execute my left hook to perfection and still get myself killed. Um, so it's technique is hard, man. Like because you would need a lot of techniques to handle all of the variables of the things that can happen to you. Melissa Medina, thank you, salute, thank you, respect. Um, It's too many variables. That's why they say any given Sunday. You can have all of the great techniques and still get beat up. I'm saying that's what makes this fighting thing tricky. It makes it very tricky to believe what you think you can do without really doing it. So if you're not sparring, how do you know what you're going to do in the fight? That's why I speak so much about sparring. You have to spar and not slap boxing spar. You can do that too, but you got to do other levels of sparring. You have to. There's no way around it. There's no way around. There's no way I can hand you some techniques and say, "Here's skull and bone. You good, son." Nah, you got to go spar that. Like you have to. The hours it takes, and that's what really gets most people is that fighting is hard. Just like losing weight. Like everybody wants the super pill to losing weight when the best way to lose weight is to stop eating and go train. But how hard is that? If you love, if you love White Castles and you love all of these things, so the information to losing weight is right there. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. But people don't want to do the work. Yo, have I ever had an hand injury from punching? Not too much, except when I competed. I slapped some punches and my thumbs were swollen because instead of turning it over, I slapped them with some. And this is why you got to really punch technique. This is boxing. People said, this is the incredible part. Is people said I'm making 52 about boxing, and even the fool that was on here was not even gonna say fool, the beta male with the closed finger, and he said you can use the chop, like y'all remember the who used to rock the chop hard? It was on Star Trek. Captain Kirk. Y'all remember that Captain Kirk chop? But you can have an injury from punching if you punch wrong, because you only really have two knuckles. Punching is it's something you have to learn. That's why you have to learn. That's boxing. Boxing is the art of punching, not the sport. it's, it's the art of punching, and you want to know how to punch doing anything. Your 52 does not teach you how to punch. You have to go to boxing. Your 52 does not have to teach you how to kick. You have to go to a kick. Show me any 52 man that's done no boxing, no kicking, no wrestling, and he just does it naturally. I'll wait. No, it's no such thing. No such thing. It's impossible. It's impossible. Like kicking is a high level art. It's like being a mechanic. Do you just be a mechanic? Oh, Melissa Medina. Yeah, I've heard of Fajing. Um, I think it's been made magical and it's hurt some of the Chinese masters. Um, what can be the American breakdown of what Fajing is? It's kind of like torque. It's like bringing power from the ground. They use it as a snap power. It's kind of like a snap power, and it goes along with your breath. Uh, Chi meaning breath, and it's about breathing. Tai Chi is about breathing, uh, and how important is breathing? Because if you're in the fight and you're breathing quickly and you're sending short breaths to your brain is not working at optimum performance. You gotta send that oxygen up there because your brain is up there like, yo, he trying to beat us up, son. Your brain is trying to help you think your way out the situation, but you can't be sending him choppy air. This is why Qi is so important. Qi Gong, all of these, it teaches you how to breathe and how important this breath is everything. Like I said, because if you start sending choppy oxygen up to the brain, it will fail. It will fail. Yes. Mars mathematic. Yes. 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 Qi also means movement. Yes. Yes. So behind Tai Chi is the art of breathing and leverage. So, like I said, how important is breathing? It helps you to stay relaxed under pressure. If you breathe, if you got correct breathing, you can be relaxed under stressful situations, which a fight is very stressful. Very stressful. You ain't out there just fighting, for the sake of fighting. There's some of us that like to fight. I like to fight. I like the engagement of learning from fighting, but it's still stressful. Yes, chi could be turned in your fist. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of it is the translation, Chinese to American. We probably missed a lot of stuff and the oversold stuff, but there is a American way of understanding what they're trying to do, and it makes sense. Tai Chi being a leverage art, leverage makes sense. You know, Pakwa is moving leverage. Shin Yi is punching leverage. In boxing, there's leverage. In Muay Thai, there's leverage. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there's leverage things happening. So really, Tai Chi is in everything. That's why Bruce Lee said it's the one perfect art. It's Tai Chi. Yes, that's and working in the snow, that's some of the stuff that helps get your breathing under control because your brain is telling you it's cold as hell. What the hell you doing? Go to the heat. So it'll make you start panicking and you'll lose control of your breath. You want to put yourself in slightly extreme situations where you're forced to control your breath because like I said, breath is relaxation. It can help your left hook. If you breathing better, sending your brain good oxygen, you can, stand in front of your opponent and figure it out. Figure out what he's doing and what he needs so you can get rid of him. 52 is the defense of that. See, 52 came with the black man entering boxing. The underlying principle to 52 is defense. It's defense. That's it. And people just like that's not enough for them. It's just defense. Like it's just defense. Like I guess you like to catch punches with your face, and most people do. Yeah, I believe the Denmark and the throwing needles through glass. You know, I mean, even if somebody could do it, what would it mean in the fight? Like, are you going to pull out a needle and throw it through somebody? There's people that do all types of extreme stuff with their body, but that doesn't mean it's going to really serve you in a fight. When somebody's on that ass trying to really hurt you, you know, I don't know what could that needle technique do? Like, were you going to throw your finger through them, and then Denmark from the outside, from outside the gap? I don't know, but if you're wrestling with somebody, you gripped up, you can grab points. I would grab points, like the eyeballs are, no. The eyeballs are pressure points. Push your eyeballs to the back of your head if we gripped up together. But from outside the gap, like from a distance, no, you ain't just pointing people and turning them off. No, you're not. No, you're not. See, that's what I'm saying. And this goes with some of the myths behind 52. Every art got myths. It ain't just 52. It ain't just us as the black men that we had the only myths. A lot of people got myths. Jack Shin, break it down. Facts. Can't use tasers all the time. Okay, you got that comment in Jack Shin. Yeah, you got to fit the situation. You got to fit the situation. Um, you got to rise to the level of the occasion, and that's why if you got skill, just because you're in a fight don't mean you have to kill somebody. I hear people talking about fights like everything is kill, kill. Like how many people have you really killed in your life that made you such a killer? You know, you should have enough control with your art that you can fight a man and both of y'all walk away alive. Now, if he raises it to the level of kill, you'll know. You'll see it, you'll feel it, and you raise up to that and do what you got to do. But if you punch me in the face, I don't think I'm supposed to kill you. Yes, the best weapon is your smarts. Your brain by far outweighs every muscle in your body. And I've said this before. It's brains over brawn. And that's why 52, it makes 52 a good art because there's 52 needs a crafty mind. You got to be thinking. You can't just be out there freestyling. You got to be thinking about what you want to do. And the preservation of defending yourself builds up less ego. You know, when you want to hurt somebody, that's ego. But when you just trying to stop them from hurting you, that's self-preservation. So, you know, ego in your art must be removed. And it's hard to remove ego, but you can replace ego with confidence. There's a good way to replace ego. You replace ego with confidence. Because confidence is smart. Confidence knows the ledge, like the Rakim song. I guess I didn't know the ledge, you know. Confidence knows the ledge. Confidence is stop you like, hold on, son. We went far enough. Back away easy. You know, ego take your ass right off the cliff, head first. You know. So I'm not, there's no ego in anything I've done. Even with going back and forth with people, that's fun, you know. That's fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? We get in the ring and move around, scrap, fun stuff. Like one guy asked me, y'all would you go bare knuckles? I ain't going bare knuckles with anybody. That's a fight. You know, we get in the ring, put some gloves on. You know what I'm saying? And dance. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There should be no emotion in that if that's what you love to do. You know. But off topic, how do you feel about the gay boxing league being started in Australia? Hey, I don't know. I, gay people got fists and feet too. We, you know what I'm saying? They got fists and feet. You know, I'm pretty sure they want to learn how to fight too. You know, so you know, go for it. Uh, uh, fighting is a right of everything. Like, every living sentient being, sentient creature, or living creature should have fight in them. Especially when it calls for it, you should fight. You try to step on the roach, he don't give up. He be moving. You got to, especially New York roaches. You got to step on them about 4 times because they'll play dead on you, and when you get up, run away. So, you know what I'm saying? Everything should have a fight. So, gay people want to fight. They got fists. They got feet. They got elbows. Why not? Why not? And then they got a whole league. So, they fight each other, and that's dope. I'm with all fighting. you know. Duke Sage, what do you do to motivate yourself? I don't think there's any one thing you can do, but just do it. Like motivation, like you got motivational speakers, you can read motivational books, look at good quotes. Like a lot of things could trigger you to want to do it. Yes. Um, there's a lot of different things that can trigger you, but the best motivation to me, this is the best one: death. Death should be your best motivation. You're gonna die one day. You're not gonna be here. So, um, wouldn't you like if you knew the date you was gonna die? I bet you work hard like a maniac. And if you still lazy, then that means you're probably on the slow bus. Like if I told you the date when you was actually gonna die, and you lounged around and waited till the last week before you was about to die to try to get lit, that means you ride the slow bus. If you knew your date of death, you would work hard. But since we don't know, that's what makes the comfortability. See, comfortability breeds contempt. And most of us are contemptuous towards life because we wake up every day thinking we're supposed to wake up. And if we really knew the number of people or knew how many people died in that one day that you woke up on, you would respect your life and then you would motivate yourself. So I think death is the best motivation. Death is the best motivation. Death is the motivation. Like what are we saying? Like life and death is the motivation to life. What motivates you to live? Yo, death. You should be living hard knowing you ain't gonna be here one day. I saw it and was like, hell yeah, let's get everyone involved too. They ought to come to that. No, uptown is like a uptown could be a block. Uptown could be a hand feint. There's hand feints in 52. There are ankle picks. Black Man Rising is an ankle pick. Professor Malik, how can someone become a certified 52 blocks instructor? Well, I certify people at learn-martialarts.com, my online course. I have another course called advanced.lightburley.com, but at learn-martialarts.com is 500 lessons. If you take all 5 tests, I will certify you and come to where you live to, give you the final test. But as I was saying, death is your best motivation. That I think nothing, and if that isn't, then I don't know what is. If death can't motivate you, then shit, you know, shit. That's how you use a tough story. Um, but as you get older, that starts to melt. Quickly Floater. Does Rod teach 52 blocks? Because I only see you do Sage. Thank you. Salute, King. Yeah, he teaches 52 blocks. He's done 52 blocks. He knows of 52 blocks. When I'm making videos about Rod and what he's doing, what I'm talking about is that uh, girls can use enticing feints like blowing their just yeah. Girls have the best feints in the world. Seduction, the weapon forged by a woman. By the woman, and that will slay you. Seduction. That listen, listen. Bill Clinton had black people saying he was the first black president. That's seduction. Thanks from the Netherlands. Salute. So yeah, feints are very powerful in fighting, and there's all different type of feints. Like, uh, you know, your shoes untied. If he looks down, you punch him right in his face. That's a feint. That's one of the oldest feints. That's and it's still popping. That feint still works. Um, yeah. So 52 blocks. Like I said, getting back to Ra, like he does know 52. Like when I go at people, I go at their training of 52, not their knowledge or their history of 52. Because that was the problem with 52. Imitation is one way to train a person, but it's not the only way. Excuse me. Uh, 50, 52 block instructors on the West Coast. Hold on. It's my homie Diallo Frazier. He be out there on the West Coast. Um, Look him up, Diallo Frazier, my partner, my brother, Sensei Mo, brothers. Anybody that does 52, I'm brothers with. Like I don't hate on anybody. Like do what you do. Um, if you come for me, I'm gonna come for you. That's just simple. That's all. You know, come for me, I'm gonna come for you. You don't say nothing to me, I won't say nothing to you. I ain't trying to stop nobody's hustle, nobody's train. I don't really care who think they got the illest 52. I know I get in the ring. I know I done took what I believe to different countries. So, proof is in the numbers. My numbers speak for themselves, and that's not ego. That's confidence in facts. My numbers speak for themselves because I work hard. You work hard, your number speaks. Like people think, see, the people who get mad at confident people who work hard are the lazy ones. Because when you work hard, you could be confident as hell. If you putting in that work, that's your payoff. That's your payoff, man. What's the use of putting in the work if you can't be confident about it? Confidence about it. Um, do I consider to be a baby of Virginia shuffling? Yeah, I think they're all the same thing, just different perspectives of it. Um, uh, does I think everything has strong African roots. African is the cradle of civilization. That's why you can't connect 52 from Bantu arts and African arts and you know it's black art. But we're talking about to the source. Everything goes back to the source. But there are people that that develop the art more, and they need recognition. So yes, it has African roots, but it's mainly an American, foundational Black American thing. Um, the Virginia Shuffle, I haven't seen enough. Like you hear about so much stuff, but you need to see it at some point. Like a lot of this stuff that they talk about is probably lost. We may never see it again in its purest form. But 52 is defense, and I know it makes some people mad because they want to say no, like it got kicks, it got head bunts, and that's just fighting. No, like then what are you saying? What is 52? That's just I'm saying what's the you need to be more specific. Then that's just being too broad in general, because most people don't know what 52 was. It was defense brought in by black fighters. That's what we pride ourselves in. Is defense. And from the defense, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do what you got to do. Feints, like 52 is not just about blocks, it's feints. His hand is stealing people's attention. Like there's a move called Made You Look. Um, so that's the highest level of 52. And what you do from there, make you look, punch you, make you look, shoot you, make you look, stab you, feint you, kick you in the neck, feint you, choke you out. You can use the feint for anything. There's the quarterback feint, there's the pump feint. In basketball, what doesn't have a feint? I don't think golf has a feint. Do they have a feint at golf? Like, pop. I don't think golf has a feint, but still, most things have feints. Maybe because golf is just you and you're just one person. You ain't really like out there against other people. But if it was like golfers having to go against each other, there's feints. There's feints in hockey. What doesn't have a feint? So feints are important. From 52 is not all about blocks. You can't get into a fight and just use all your blocks. You can get into your 52. You can get into a fight and don't have to use no blocks. You can use the head movement, the feints. Salute. Thank you, the real deal. Hmm. RK, salute. Martial arts were gifts. Well, I think the gifts we are the gifts. The gift. You know, you could that could be one way, but I believe we are the gift. Yeah, the 52 was just blocks. No, no. Remember karate blocks? Didn't do too well. Not in the hood. Karate blocks didn't do too well. A lot of people got scuffed up. Blocking is a hard thing to pull off. Especially if you're going to stand there and say, "Oh, we don't back up." If you don't back up, that's impossible. Okay, so what's the beef? It's no beef. It's no beef. It's really comical. It was said they were saying that I wasn't doing the real 52, and he believes that he possesses the real 52, and that's what it is. It's no beef. Uh, um, that's ego. Some of us want to be known to be the king. Some of us want to be the king, and Rob wants to be the king. He say he's the king of 52. He wants those accolades. Yes, real fighters will figure out the facts. You know, yeah, like people want to be the king of shit. Like that's just man stuff. Like you know, in any situation. Um, I guess you can dance when you fight. I guess you can dance when you fight if you feel that comfortable that you can dance in front of your opponent. I don't feel comfortable enough to dance in front of my opponent. Um, he could feel secure enough that he can pull off those moves in front of his opponent, and But if your opponent is just your students, are we calling them opponents? I like you know opponents would be like if you just sparred your students, you're going to be severely disillusioned. You need to go out there and spar people who don't like you, who don't want you to win. Like I go to gyms where they don't want 52 to win. They don't want me to walk out of there with a video where I'm dancing on them, so they try very hard. And people always look, just because I'm not getting beat upside my head, that it's not hard sparring. No, I just don't engage in bully sparring. No, you can bully me, but I'm gonna turn it to something different. I'm gonna grab you up, grip you up, hold and hit you. It's gonna be something totally different. He taking boxing classes. See, see, that's why I was like really, sometimes going back and forth with people, or not even going back and forth, having a martial conversation with a person who doesn't understand fighting just makes you look crazy, and that's why I had to leave them alone. Like, I was commenting, but then they erasing messages, and that's too much. That I ain't taking the fun that far. But I'm down for meeting up, sparring, banging. I love that ish. That's what we do. That's what I do. I love that ish. Like my videos prove it. I love it for real. Like no ego. I love it. Like certain people love to eat, certain people love to play ball. Like I don't play basketball. I don't really besides fighting, I'm not really that sports inclined. I played hockey and soccer. I was pretty good at those. But basketball I sucked. Football I couldn't catch the ball. Baseball, I didn't have the hand-eye coordination to hit the ball. Only when they was playing underhand, when it was start like when they started throwing overhands, I was out of there. So my athleticness goes into fighting them, fighting not just boxing. I kickbox too. I wrestle. I love all of them. That's why I do kung fu. That's why I do so many arts because I really love the art of war. I love the art of fighting. So for me getting in the ring, there is no ego to it. It's what I love to do. So exactly, Mars. And I told them, I like listen. When I did, Rob Mel used to come down every Friday and we would slap box, and this is why I got the version of him being my teacher. And because he spent time coming down, and he spent his time coming down, uh, uh, um, slap boxing with me. But when I met Wilson Pitts, he told me you punch like a bitch. Because I still punched like slap boxing. Trying to paint somebody's face with your fist. You don't punch like that. That's retarded. You will hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it was Wilson that told me you got to learn how to punch like a man. That was boxing. He said you got to learn how to box. Then I learned how to turn my punches over. But people think boxing is what they see in the ring. No, just like I can throw this right hand in your eye, I can hit you in your throat with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, boxing is dangerous. Boxing is not the sport. There is a sport, but boxing is a martial art. But most people won't understand that to learn how to punch, you're gonna have to learn how to box. 52 cannot teach you how to punch. I will I will debate anybody that says that foolery. Please. And then we're gonna have to go and hit some bags, and you're gonna have to show me how you punch. But I guarantee most 52 block men don't know how to punch unless they learn boxing. That's the ones I grew up with. My homie Ish that was knocking everybody out in Queens with the 52, he was a Golden Glover. That's why he was knocking everybody out, because while they was pulling back here to punch, he was right there. Bang, bang, bang. And while you bringing your punch from Alabama to swing it in New York, you done already got punched in your eye. That's what bad punching. That's the problem with haymakers. But they don't want to admit it. They want to act like haymaker is good. So if that's what's good to y'all, then go on, go on. I'm just trying to help out. But if you good with haymaker and pulling your punch back here and slapping with your punch, and you saying that shit 52, then by all means, rock off, rock away, because I know better. I know better. And I'm going to keep doing what I do, which is getting there with real martial artists and push the envelope, push myself. Because I get hit. I don't know if any fighter talking about they don't get hit. I don't care how good your defense is. Whose defense is better than Mayweather? Are you going to say your 52 is better than Mayweather? And Mayweather get hit. I was just watching Mayweather Madonna. Madonna was banging on him. He had to really settle down and get at Madonna. You know. So I don't know why everybody's so mad against punch. Learn how to punch and kick correctly. You want to learn how to kick? Study Muay Thai. Muay Thai got some of the best kicks in the game. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, collegiate wrestling, Sambo. There's a lot of good arts for the ground. Why act like your art can do it all if it doesn't? There's no reason to lie to yourself because it's going to show when it come time to fight. Better to train, y'all. And you train enough, you can train that ego out of you. Because training to take ego out of you. Because you can do 10 sets and your ego will be like, yeah, son, you good. Them 10 is good. And then you ain't going to never reach no real good greatness. You got to say, nah, 10 ain't good. I'm going to do 50 more. Do that 50, take a break and say, that little 60 I did, that was all right. I'm going to do another. See, that's what starts to break the chatter in the ego. Because ego wants you to think that you good already. And you ain't good. You got to become good to reach greatness. But all of that's through your efforts, the work you put in. There is no magic to fighting, only hard work. But the thing is, hard work creates magic. But you won't get the good magic without the hard work. You don't want blind luck. You want the luck that comes from uh, good work. There's a luck that comes from putting in a lot of work. And then there's the blind luck. You never did it before, you step in and win. You don't want that. Because that's you don't know when that's gonna come. But the luck that comes from putting in good work, oh, that will serve you all of your days. And yeah, so that's my rant. Take the ego out the martial arts. As Wilson used to say, check your ego at the door, young man. Stay above the fray. And bringing this to the end, I will always like to thank all of the people who support me and listen to my lives. There's 30 people in the building, 26 likes, 31 now. Salute to all of you. Thank you for listening to the rants of Burley. Um, Hands up, chin down, rumble, young man, rumble.